Hey friends, it's KT. When I was a kid, dinosaurs were a really big thing. Not like that, I'm not that old. They were just popular. And somehow I even still have this great little T-Rex cup from when I was little. Does anybody else remember when brontosauruses were real, and then they weren't real, and then they were real again because they found something new? Or is that just me? Did I make that up? I don't know. Anyway, dinosaurs. So here we've got two products that are clearly in very direct competition. From Nerf, we have the Dino Squad Dino Clash Pack, which includes the Tricerablast and the Stego Smash, along with 15 Nerf Elite Darts in Hasbro's new plastic-free packaging for $24.99 US. It's worth noting that 15 darts is enough to fill the Tricerablast's barrels and storage, leaving none for the Stego Smash. Hasbro has a long history of including too few darts for a blaster's features, so while it's disappointing, it's not surprising. Then from Zuru X-Shot, we've got the Dino Attack set, including the shotgun-style Dino Attack Hunter, as well as the Dino Attack Eliminator Revolver. This set comes with a whopping 48 darts, as well as 6 dinosaur egg targets for $18.99 US. 48 darts is enough to fill both blasters and all of their storage twice. This is a really big deal because darts have a huge tendency to disappear. I picked up both of these at a TJ Maxx, but they're available at a wide variety of big box stores like Target and Kohl's. All 4 of these blasters are of course available individually, the Tricerablast for around $20, the Stego Smash for about $10, making the Dino Clash Pack a savings of about $5 over buying the blasters individually. On the Zuru side, the Hunter costs about $15, the Eliminator $10, again a savings of about $5. You do get more egg targets by buying them separately, but that's a pretty minor consideration. I will say that throw-ins like small targets are a pretty big hit in the winter months when we're looking for things to do on snowy days inside. They're a great inclusion that's easy to downplay until you really want them. Of all the major brands, X-Shot has always been the best about including these kinds of things. So the package discount between the two may be similar, but which one's the better deal? Although both sets seem quite similar, a larger shotgunish blaster and a smaller pistol, they're actually quite different offerings in a number of ways. Let's look at this in detail. But before we do, I would super appreciate it if you would hit the like button on this video and even hit the subscribe button on the channel. I'm working hard on a ton of reviews and other videos, aiming to make advanced knowledge about foam flinging useful to parents and people just getting into the hobby, so hopefully you'll stick around for that. First off, let's compare aesthetics and concept. Zuru's Dino Attack blasters harken back to Nerf's Zombie Strike or X-Shot's own Bug Attack blasters. These blasters tell a story through their design, with styling and details that suggest that the person holding it is a human defending themselves against attacking dinosaurs, or, as my 10-year-old suggested, a Jurassic Park-style dinosaur ranger out to recapture wayward dinos with their powerful tranquilizers. They have a futuristic, heavy-duty feel, with cracks and scratches to suggest wear. They would feel equally at home in a gritty industrial sci-fi setting like Alien or The Expanse. Nerf's Dino Squad line, on the other hand, are the dinosaurs. Qualities of well-known dinosaurs are baked right into the design of each blaster. The Stegosaurus's defensive plates, the Triceratops' 3 horns. Although it's not included in this set, I love that the one Dino Squad Super Soaker was modeled after the Dilophosaurus, which was known in Jurassic Park for its spitting attack. Just way too cute. So from a storytelling perspective, the choice is between an implied branded association with dinosaurs and actual dinosaur designs. When you're buying these for kids, it comes down to play style, the style the kids prefer and the style of play you might want to inspire them with. The Dino Squad blasters could inspire dinosaur roleplay or treating the blaster itself as a pet or a sidekick dinosaur. The Dino Attack blasters are essentially gun-shaped and therefore not that different from other blasters in terms of their play possibilities, despite the stickers and the dino language on the blaster. But they do impart a certain gritty, wild aesthetic that kids may find inspiring for play. Now on to blaster functionality. All 4 of these blasters are springers, which means the dart is propelled by compressed air pushing on the dart. None of them require batteries to operate. The Tricerablast is a hammer-primed 3-shot air restrictor, or AR, with a break action reload. Pull the front horn forward and the nose flips down to reveal the 3 AR barrels where you can pop in some darts. This means you can fire 3 shots before you have to open up the front nose and reload the blaster. It includes storage for 12 darts, 6 on a side, and the permanently attached stock. You shouldn't leave darts here long term unless they're darts that you're giving up specifically to display, because this type of dart storage will damage darts over time. They won't seal in the barrels as well later. But it's a nice feature to have during a game, to be able to quickly reload 4 times from the stock. The grip on this blaster, and for that matter the colors, are very reminiscent of the old Nerf Zombie Strike Sledge Fire, and it's pretty comfortable. The thumb priming lever is a reasonably easy reach, comparable to that on the very popular Nerf Zombie Strike Hammer Shot. Smaller kids will find that this is a 2-hand operation, but older kids and adults can use this setup one-handed, no problem. Additionally, the Triceratops has a Sling Mount, which is a nice little feature for anyone who plans to run more than one blaster at a time. You can loop this onto any kind of strap and let it hang, leaving your hands free to operate something else. The firing mechanism in this shoots a little under the Nerf par, which for kids is not a bad thing. It's very safe to use indoors. It's a little bit weaker, but totally comparable to Nerf Elite blasters, Elite 2.0 blasters, and Fortnite blasters. With the 3-shot AR, each successive shot gets a little bit weaker due to the increasingly bendy path that the air needs to take to get the dart out to launch it. But with this blaster, that effect doesn't seem especially strong. They're relatively consistent between the 3 barrels. The break action works well. Break actions are not really a good thing in most actual Nerf games because it's a very labor-intensive way to reload your blaster, but they are very fun in a play setting where the extra actions and involvement just feel and look cool. The Stego Smash is a single-shot pull-to-prime blaster with storage for 4 additional darts in the front. Direct pull prime blasters are really great for kids because they're the most efficient possible way to prime a springer. You hook your fingers into the tail on this one and you just pull straight back in a straight line against the plunger to compress the spring inside. That means an easy prime every time, especially on a small blaster like this where short arms can get a full draw. Like the Triceratops, the Stego Smash shoots safe average indoor velocities, actually a little bit hotter than the Nerf average, not too much to make it unsafe inside. But it only fires 1 shot before it needs to be reloaded. The trigger guard on this grip is somewhat uncomfortable. There's some weird lines on this, and sometimes the plastic could use a little bit of shaving down, so it can be not sharp, but sort of grating a little bit. But otherwise the grip is acceptable. My adult hand fits on it okay. I've seen some people with bigger hands have trouble with it, but kids are gonna have no problem with this. You might come at some of this with a little bit of sandpaper just to get some of the rough edges off if a kid is going to be playing with it for a long time. Although the fins on the Stego Smash are slightly softer rubber material that you can bend by hand, none of the decorative parts on any of these blasters are soft enough to hit people with as a melee toy. They are definitely harder plastic than that. All in all, these blasters from Nerf are fun, non-competitive blasters. They look absolutely awesome, and the Triceratops is very comfortable. In any actual gameplay situation, these would put you at a disadvantage because of their reloading mechanisms, but they have great play and make-believe value. Now, despite the apparent similarities between the blasters in both collections, the X-Shot blasters are functionally quite different. While the Triceratops is a 3-shot air restrictor, the Dino Attack Hunter is a 2-shot air restrictor. Once you pull back and fire, it will fire one and then the other. Unlike the smart air restrictor system in the Triceratops that can always tell where a dart is, this one will flip back and forth between the 2 barrels. So if you fire both darts and reload the wrong barrel, nothing will happen when you pull the trigger the next time. You have to try to keep both of them loaded all the time, or keep track of which one you fired from last. After that, you can reload the front from the onboard dart storage that holds 10 rounds, so you've got 5 reloads before you have to go fishing for more darts. The downside is that you have to reload after every 2 shots, but the upside is, with no break action, you can reload very quickly. Strangely, at the end of this grip, there's a little faux chain decoration that easily could have been a sling mount, but doesn't actually have a hole in it. pretty weird choice. Although the Hunter is designed to look like a shotgun, there's no real front grip. And in fact, there's this weird wheel thing on the front of the blaster, making it a bit awkward to hold there. I'm not sure what the wheel is for. While some Nerf blasters have had a reasonably safe soft foam wheel in the same place that you could potentially tap a friend with safely, this is hard plastic and only useful, I guess, against imaginary dinosaurs, maybe. Whereas similar Nerf Zombie Strike offerings have had a function to spin the wheel, this is just a loose wheel that you have to spin by hand. I'm not really sure what it's for. The Eliminator is a 6-shot revolver, also with a direct prime. It's analogous in some ways to the Nerf Disruptor, a 6-shot revolver. It's probably just a reshelled Reflex 6 with some added dart storage on top, where you can store one complete reload. Unfortunately, because of this decorative barrel up front, it's not nearly as easy to reload as the open-fronted Reflex 6. You can just stick darts in the front, no problem. Here, there's only 2 spots on either side where you can put darts in, and then you have to rotate the barrel to get the next set of darts in after that. And then that happens, and it turns while you're trying to put the dart in, and then you gotta spin the thing. Come on now. Both of these blasters shoot a little bit harder than the Nerf blasters do. The Hunter seems to be hitting around 85 on average. It's pretty consistent. The Eliminator is actually hitting as high as 90. This isn't an unsafe range at all. I would still play with this in some indoor settings, even with kids, but you're gonna wanna be a little bit more careful. You're also gonna find that the prime, while it's direct and reasonably easy for the amount of speed that you're getting out of the darts, you're gonna have to work a little bit harder, and smaller kids are probably gonna have more trouble with these than they would, especially with the Stego Smash. If you have kids who are under the suggested age limit on the box, you might think twice about these particular ones. So, we can see that although both of these boxes are combo packs with 2 blasters and a dinosaur theme, they both have some advantages and some disadvantages, and some more neutral differences that will mean very different things to different people with different kids. So what can I recommend? Well, if I had to choose between these 2 boxes and they were the only blasters I was going to have, the X-Shot box would be the obvious choice, if only because it actually comes with a good and useful number of darts. If all you have is the Nerf pack, you're going to run out of darts really quickly. In fact, you've already run out of darts when you open the box because you don't have enough to fill both of the blasters and all of their storage. If I had to pick only one of these 4 blasters to actually play a game with, it would be the Eliminator, hands down. 6-round cylinder, highest onboard capacity, plus a full reload attached to the top. Compact, easy to use, hits hard, but if I wanted style points and I was trying to pick the coolest blaster, I would absolutely pick the Triceratops. It's just so cool looking, very comfortable, the break action is super fun. Ultimately, none of these blasters are super competitive. I could totally play a game with this one, but there are definitely other things that I would go for if I was playing a game with adults on a field. But they're all great for creative play. The choice between these boxes comes down to play style more than anything else. A kid who really loves dinosaurs will definitely enjoy the Nerf collection more. Of course, you could also get both sets and give the dinosaur hunters something to hunt. I will definitely say that you should absolutely not buy the Nerf Dino Clash Pack without buying some additional darts. Do not buy Nerf's Elite darts though. They are notoriously inaccurate and expensive to boot. If you're picking this up at Target, you could grab Dart Zone's new Chili darts. They are great darts at a good price that are also bright red and super easy to find after you've fired them. So that's about it. It's worth mentioning that both of these kits come from a larger series of themed blasters. X-Shot hasn't released any new blasters all year, but there are a handful of other Dino Attack blasters out there. And info about new Dino Squad blasters is just starting to appear on the internet, so if the idea of a collection of dinosaur blasters interests you, there's some real potential there. I hope this comparison is helpful to you and the dinosaur lover in your life. Aside from the Eliminator, probably being functionally the best blaster in the bunch, there's really no accounting for taste, and I'd love to know which of these blasters or any of the new dinosaur-themed blasters is your favorite. Why don't you leave that down in the comments? So far, Nerf has made blasters based on the Stegosaurus, the Triceratops, a T-Rex, and a Dilophosaurus, with a raptor-based blaster at the very least coming up very soon. Is there a dinosaur blaster you'd like to see? Let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the field.